I thought Zebix was like a new studio. I guess they're not.
I guess not.
They've
I guess we just haven't heard about them in so long because they just went off and did like a bunch shit ton of ecchi shows in a row, and then some hentai or
Some.
light hentai. I have no idea what the fuck is. I need to now know what is Makenki. What is the source material for this?
I'm
I'm like convinced it's hentai.
I'm pretty sure it is.
they made Tri-Age. God damn it.
Wow, it isn't.
Oh, what?
It's just like a harem manga.
Oh. It looks
Very.
like hentai.
It looks like hentai.
Pokemon, the origin. Damn.
Wait, they did it too?
Yeah.
What? Alrighty then. Strange times.
What a weird world we live in.
Yeah.
The hot springs themed OVA of Hiyori. Why is there a hot springs themed OVA? Why is that a thing that needs to exist?
That was like to test the waters to see if this hot spring show would work out.
They did it in 2014. Been holding on to this hot springs show for a while.
Yes, they have. Oh, I don't see bones. Huh.
They're doing My Hero.
Oh, that would explain why. Okay, I was looking at all like the new shows.
Yeah. They got that sweet My Hero money.
Oh my god,
said,
the
"Fuck it."
studio has done so much shit. Oh.
I'm sad that we don't have a. I'm sure there is one. I need to find another like hentai studio that's foraying into proper anime.
Just look at anything that doesn't, that looks like a weird. I don't know.
Like they're hard to tell sometimes.
What the fuck? The studio Aijido, like made a couple things. They make some. Like, they have periods where they make a lot,
What do you
and
do?
then just stop. Well, no.
What does the
Nick,
badminton people
another
do?
shitty isekai show you can watch is Mao to Shokan Shoujo no Dore Majutsu.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that
Not
means.
that, but fucking the studio that did Killing Bites is producing the badminton show.
Leiden Films.
Yeah.
I'm ready. They did do Killing Bites. 61%. What? Who rates these? 68% on fucking the other show.
I mean, let's not forget, Killing Bites was trash.
I feel like that's way too much. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's way too much. But, like, compare this to fucking the show, the tutor show with the dude who tried to fuck his student. I don't remember what his name was.
The tutor show with the dude who tried to fuck his student.
Spring 2017. I don't feel like pronouncing that. It starts with a Roku.
Did we watch this or did you watch this?
I watched like a couple. I watched like 10 episodes, and I was like, "This is dumb. I don't get this rating."
Oh, that was the season where Eromanga Sensei was.
Ugh.
Tutor tries to fuck his student.
Roku Dennashi.
Oh, I do remember that show.
Yeah.
That was a shit show. I think I got through like 5 episodes, and then I decided that I had better things to do with my life. All I remember about that show was they tried to do one of those shitty, like, you know, misdirects where it's like they're banging, but they're really not. And I was the entire time I'm just like, this is very uncomfortable.
Fucking David Production continues to refuse to make JoJo Part 5. God damn it.
They're just going to release it someday. They're not going to, like, announce it. Someday it's just going to come out all at once.
It's like, what are you talking about? It's been out forever.
It'll be the next Netflix anime.
Oh,
It'll actually be live action.
Oh my god.
JoJo Part 5 will be live action.
I would be so sad.
It'll have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it, and
I'm okay
Dave
with that.
Bautista,
I'm okay
and
with that.
Stone Cold.
Well, no,
John
not for
Cena.
Part 5, because for Part 5 they become leaner.
Oh, right.
They become like models.
Yeah.
So what it's gonna be like Zac Efron and who else can I throw in there? One of the Jonas brothers, like Nick Jonas.
I guess so.
Justin Bieber will make an appearance since it's all about music. After drawing everybody back in with Gun Gale Online, the next Sword Art Online season is going to come out in fall of this year.
That's the
And
main
everybody's
cast.
going to go back to hating it. Wow. That is quite the collection of individuals.
Yep.
FYI, one of those is female.
None of them are female.
I know, that was the joke.
You know what? Either way, I'm not surprised because they are entirely androgynous.
Yes. Araki likes his androgynous men.
They remind me of a hair metal band where like you can't really tell if they're men or women.
That's really the biggest point.
Yeah.
He really likes hair metal bands.
I can believe it. Talking about manga authors and how their like weird interests come across in manga, I feel kind like it sort of skews My Hero Academia with the fact that like the author is like a major perv. Like everything else about it is like so good, and then he just awkwardly has the character of Mineta there to just be like to live out his weird perv fantasies.
I mean,
It's very uncomfortable.
At first I thought he was going to become like an interesting character. Like the perf thing was just going to be like put off to the side for, actual character development. None of that has happened. He's still an
No,
annoying
it will never.
character.
It will never go away. He will always be a perv because that is the author's weird perv fantasy character. It's like the author's insert. Except for like usually where the author insert is like really cool and awesome and interesting. This is just his way of like, this is how I can grope high school girls.
At least he's true to himself.
He's just weird and greasy and disgusting.
Usually those inserts are fairly bad, though. So,
And
not really.
except in this case, Mineta's just annoying and doesn't do anything ever.
It doesn't do anything. It's a lot of whining and then doing the same thing, which is just I throw sticky balls at people and they can't get close to while crying or yelling or doing both at the same time.
What is this thing that looks like Fate?
Also, Grand Blue is getting an adaptation, and I can't fucking wait. It's about a guy going to a college near a beach,
Okay.
and like he air quotes joins the dive team, but they're just drinking the entire time. That's the show.
Solid.
Also, I think he tries to get with one of his cousins,
Okay.
but I don't remember if that part was. I don't remember if I just misread that part or if it was actually that true.
I could believe both.
I just misread the part where he tries to bang his cousin.
Like either his cousin likes someone else or likes him. I don't fucking remember.
Oh God! Apparently, we did a bad thing in skipping the rom-com show for the season.
Which one?
The
Wotaku?
Wotaku. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard it's good.
it's got pretty good ratings.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I try to watch it.
Better than 3D Kanojo, which is not surprising.
Did the bitch die yet?
No, she's still alive.
Okay.
She doesn't actually die.
Like, isn't going to die, or does she not have
No,
cancer?
she never died.
Damn
Well,
it.
she's got like brain tumor thing, and so they operate late, like at the end, and she forgets everybody and goes to America, and she comes back when they're all like 30 and
It
dates.
ended?
The manga, yeah, the manga's over.
Oh, okay.
I just read it to see what happens. I was like, fuck it, the show's never gonna get to the ending. It's long as fuck. Basically, you didn't miss anything by not continuing, because a lot of the middle parts of it was just like, we don't talk to each other, and then we talk about the fact that we don't talk to each other because we're both super insecure and we get over our problems. It's just that on repeat. So it's kind of like blasé through a lot of the middle part. And then the end was just she forgets everybody because of the surgery, goes away, and he's like, it's for the best because now she's alive, but I'll never love anybody else. And so he's like a 30-year-old virgin, and she comes home and she's like, I don't know who you are, but I feel like I know who you are. And he's like, yeah, we knew each other. We used to be a thing, and I've never loved anybody else. And she's like, this is somehow weirdly romantic. We should go out. Despite the fact that that would be super creepy if somebody was like, I know who you are, and we used to date, and I could never love anybody except for you. I'd be like, get the fuck away from me.
Sounds stupid.
I was not a fan of the ending. Also, the one girl who is his friend ends up marrying the douchey guy
But why?
because he wasn't really a douche. But that takes a really long time to get to. Also because she has no standards.
Well, yeah. That was established the first
That,
time
yeah,
this
exactly.
was up.
That was established. We knew that she had no standards. The fact that he wasn't a complete dickwad takes a while to get around to, but she like hangs off him for a while.
I never get why they keep doing that. Like, 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 10, you're not going to marry the person you knew in high school.
Oh yeah, I don't know why they do that.
It's just always so bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Let's fucking start this shit. Should we do intros? Fucking Jeffrey's
Uh,
here again. And you
Jeffrey,
respond
like-
to my messages.
It's because Jeffrey is like the worst book club member. Maybe he's still in the middle of whatever the fuck state he's in. Indiana? Idaho?
No, he's still in Indiana. He just went further into the middle of nowhere.
He lives in the middle of nowhere.
Use this thing. Nah.
Eh.
Stupid dog,
That's
give
why
me a little bad.
Alright, we can do intros.
Oh, alright, you go first, Nick.
So, I'm Nick.
Are you?
So, side note,
This
I want to
started
talk
off
about
incredibly well.
this. Started off great. I do want to talk about this though, because your comment reminded me of this. So, fuck, it must have been like a month or two ago. We were having a lab group meeting with my lab and 2 of the other labs that work in like the same field that I work in. And so, at this lab meeting, there was a new undergrad who was joining one of the labs for, I think, the rest until he graduates, but specifically for the summer. And so this was his first time at lab group meeting, and so we went around and introduced everybody at the meeting. And so it was there was like 3 members of my lab. So it was me, the other graduate student, and then our lab tech. There was 4 members from this other lab, and then like the largest lab, it was like 5 of them and the PI, and he was like the only PI there, the principal investigator. So he's the only guy with the PhD. And so as we're going around the room, it gets to the PI, and he looks at this guy, and this was the smoothest way I've ever heard anybody introduce themselves. He looks at them because we're going around and everybody's introducing themselves. It's like, I'm so and so from so and so's lab, and his name is Prosper. And so they were like, I'm so and so from Prosper's lab. I'm so and so from Prosper's lab. And it gets to Prosper, and he looks at the guy and he goes, "People call me Prosper." And leans back and like puts his hands behind his head, and I was like, "You smooth motherfucker!" That is the best way I've ever heard anybody introduce themselves. God, Prosper is slick as shit. I love Prosper. He's the
Jeez.
best.
That's a strange name, though. Prosper?
Yeah, he's French. He's like Afro-French.
Prospe?
Well, it's Prosper. I mean, he calls himself Prosper, so I assume that's how you pronounce his name.
I don't know.
I'm gonna call him Prosper because he calls himself Prosper.
Maybe
And
he
he
just
writes
calls
it-
himself Prosper. Maybe that's not
Maybe.
actually his name.
I mean, it's on the website. Ohio State recognizes him as Prosper.
Okay, then. Well,
His wife calls him Prosper. I don't know.
eh.
The dude is a straight up G, though.
It
I
sounds like a
love
G.
Prosper.
Well,
I want to be like him when I get my PhD. I can only aspire to be that cool.
You're gonna try that same thing out. You're gonna be like, they call me Nick, and the kid's
It's not
look
gonna
at you.
work.
He's gonna be like, okay, is that your name? Is that why they call you Nick? And when you're
Exactly.
gonna try to sit down, you're gonna miss the chair and hit
Yeah.
your head on the fucking like railing or some shit.
It's gonna be like when you get the drink with a straw in it, and you try and drink out of the straw without looking at it, and you just sit there missing with your mouth for a while as the straw just goes around your face. It's gonna be like that.
So, fun story about that. I was eating food in front of all my coworkers. I was eating soup with a spoon. I somehow missed my mouth. I hit my chin, and it just like started dripping all over my face. No one saw this, except for one person.
damn.
That was the girl like in front of me.
You just have to own it at that point. You should be like, yes, that did just happen. I'm not going to clean myself up either.
I'm gonna use your napkin to wipe myself.
Just go. You can't even go for the napkin. You immediately have to go for the second spoonful to show them like I can eat soup, and then you're allowed to clean yourself up.
I don't know what was more embarrassing: the fact that if everyone saw me, or if that just one person saw you and just like knew exactly what was going on. Anyways,
the real question is, did she tell people?
She laughed.
Okay.
That's about it. I'm Brandon. I am the editor, which is why most of these videos don't get out in time.
I'm Alex.
And rounding out our crew usually would be Jeffrey, but he is absent today.
We'll just have a Muppet in his place. Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
Jeffrey is a Muppet. Fucking shove my hand up his ass and work his mouth like a puppet.
Let's talk about Maho Shoujo, Slider Ore. You guys choose, because they're both fucking disappointments at this point.
I think we usually start with...
Does it fucking matter?
It doesn't. I can never remember.
Because usually you say the same things. There's some good things, but there's a lot of bad things too. Which goes...
Let's start with Sight.
Okay, Sight.
I feel like more stuff happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so much shit happened. Finally stuff happened, but I still hated it. Like, the entire time, I was like, I'm so sad that nijimin died, and she has a fucking flashback, and I was so pissed off that I had to hear her fucking voice again. I was unhappy.
We're enraged. I didn't remember nijimin talking.
Yeah, she said a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it was the entire time I was just staring at her like dog thing that she was, the headgear thing.
You were like cutting
and
out.
How do people not immediately recognize you?
Oh, good. It's not just me.
Yeah, Nick, like your fucking Comcast internet is fucking up right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, let's give it 2 minutes. Fucking get out of here, fly.
How badly is it still?
Just give it a little bit of time.
There we go.
We're having technical difficulties. Beep. Oh, you're better. Okay, back to the rant.
Am I better?
Good enough.
So we should be good.
Yes, okay. Back to the rant.
Alright, so, nijimin. I don't remember her talking, because the entire time she was talking, I was just staring at her, like, dog headgear thing she was wearing with her hair coming out, and I was like, how are you not the most recognizable fucking asshole in the world? Like, ignoring the blue hair, if somebody walked out like that, and they were in a idol group called Dog Play, I would look at that and be like, only somebody who wants to look like a dog would dress like that.
Well, she was recognizable. Everyone knew who she fucking was, apparently. She's apparently a national icon. Jesus
apparently.
Christ, fucking stupid.
I mean, hey, so's Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, so...
But, like, they have huge hits of music. Like, they actually are national icons.
I mean, I don't know anything about Japan's, like, music scene enough to argue about the idol scene.
Which, by the way, this will come back later in Ore, which I have, like, a big question about, but we'll get back to that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right. But anyways, I just fucking hated it. I hate nijimin. I'm so glad she fucking died. And I'm so mad that everyone cares about her.
In any other context, saying you're glad that somebody is dead would be kind of fucked up. But in this case, it's allowable.
I hated her so much. Every time I heard her speak, my ears would, like, destroy themselves. It was like hearing razors talk. That is the only way I can describe it.
Jesus, you hated this girl.
Oh my god! If
I think it's just because we had to put up with her so long that you just like built up more and more hatred. Like every other character.
The moment I heard her speak, I hated her because she used that fake high-pitched shit voice all the time. When she like was just talking normally, like a normal person does, I could stand her. She still was kind of a shitty character, and that's okay because every single character is shit in this show. Not like shitty for being, doing bad things, but shitty because they're just terribly written.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, oh god, I lost track of my rant.
You hate nijimin.
Yes, and then after she like talks to the brother, that's when she just becomes a really fucking stupid character that I just hated. The annoying voice just amplified that.
I just did not like her. I didn't like nijimin. We'll end it there. Yeah. I was particularly annoyed in this episode with fucking Aya just whining the whole time about, like, I'm so sad that you're dead. And I'm like, she betrayed you. She literally stabbed you in the back.
She
Like,
is the reason she's
why
dead.
are you sad that you're like? Why are you sad that she's dead? She was a douche nozzle.
Oh my god.
She wanted to kill one of your other friends 100.
Well, to be fair,
Well,
that other friend
she's
killed a bunch of other people too. You're cutting out again. You're gonna have to restart.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fucking great.
Game over, man.
I'm
Game
pretty sure
over.
it is raining in Ohio. I think that might be why.
Oh, is it still fritzing?
A little bit. Like, were you talking before?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
this is fun and interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, eventually it'll get better. Or,
Yeah.
no one's gonna hear this anyway. Back to what we were talking about. More anger about something. Yeah, I hate a nijimin. I guess that sums up everything. That sums up our feelings towards that character. Fuck her. I'm glad she's dead. Boom. Alex, would you like to join in on the hatred?
I only hated her because she didn't use her power more. That's about it.
Oh, I can control anyone and do whatever and make them do whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's always a cool power to have, like in most shows, I think. But she heavily underused it, mostly because she was a complete fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Alex said something about how he wanted Nijimin to use her power more, because to control a person ability is always kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's a fucking
But
idiot. So
never
who
got
cares?
to. Yeah.
I mean, everybody in the show is an idiot when it comes to their powers.
Oh my god. Well, at least okay. So I did say that last episode that I wanted her to cap her brother, but she couldn't because she didn't have a gun. So that rant is kind of null and void because I didn't pay attention to that. Or did we know she didn't have a gun?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I missed
when
it.
Because they had to go back and dig in the torn down building and they
Hotel
didn't find
rubble.
anything.
Well, this was this episode. Before did we know? Because I don't know if they made it clear that she was missing her gun.
Yeah. I mean, they went back
Yeah.
earlier with pink hair, and then pink hair left, and they were like, "We didn't find anything." Oh, well.
Oh, that okay. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I thought they were looking for the bag, not her gun.
Oh, well, they were looking for all the sticks,
Okay.
including theirs.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
The one I'm really annoyed about is I can increase all my physical stats. Like enhancement types, I always feel like I just don't know how strong they are. But in this episode, it's like there's two people standing 8 inches in front of you. Literally just jump forward 12 inches and then break both their necks. Like, do anything. You can literally just jump to the ceiling, jump down, punch them both in the kidney
Yeah,
until
just
they die.
grab the bag. She can't do anything because you can just break her arm. Just fucking do it. Also, if they're trying to figure out whether or not she's being serious, why not have the girl who can tell if they're being if they're lying or not? Fucking head attached to her, not head attached. Fucking mind meld with her. Because fucking she was able to tell what I was thinking, so why can't she do it again this time? Yeah, fucking girl who can mind meld with people. Why didn't she just use her ability?
I don't know.
To, figure out whether she was lying or not. But they were like, oh, no. We're not magical schoolgirls. We don't know what to do.
I mean, there are no rules in this world. We don't know how anybody's power actually works, because I don't think the author knows how they work.
The author just wants, I was so close to being happy that the death match was starting, and then it didn't start. And I was like, fuck! This show ends in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And we've gotten nowhere. We don't know what the Tempest is. We know that the administrators are trying something, but I don't care.
So I'm going to propose something crazy. I don't think this show is going to end. It's going to stop, but it's not going to end.
Mm-hmm. It's just
How shitty how shitty would the ending be? Admins come up.
Blonde hair is going to die is the last thing that'll happen.
Probably.
I hope she fucking
Blonde hair will
dies.
die, and as Aya is crying her eyes out, it'll fade to black, and that'll be the last episode. They will not resolve what the administrators are doing. They won't. It'll be in the middle of a fight, probably. Like, it'll be a cliffhanger ending, and they'll just stop.
Flash of white light, and like Tempest is here.
Or, hear me out, Tempest isn't real. The administrators just want to hold a birthday party for the blue-haired kid. They kill the blue-haired kid. Done. Our story's done. Everything's resolved. Because the birthday party doesn't need to happen if the person's dead. Boom. I am a writing master.
You've better than this guy.
Oh god, he added more characters because apparently that makes everything better. Yeah, this show isn't that great.
The only thing I want to like get resolved. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I'm waiting for you to, finish your thought.
You two are the only two who can hear each other. I can't hear you sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
But that's just because my internet is shit.
The only thing I just want resolved is like, why the hell is there like sperm in the endings?
Oh, that is artistic, Alex.
I would like
understand.
I want
art.
I want to see there to be like an actual reason why there's just like giant sperm floating in the sky.
Because whoever did the ending knows more about symbolism than the person who wrote the show. Or, it's just from the sky. It doesn't fucking need a reason. It just is.
No,
why is it real girls dancing? Who the fuck knows?
I don't know. Sometimes that ending starts, and I think back fondly on the live-action Idol show that was the one ending, and I wish we could go back to that.
I don't. I think idols are weird. Like, it's just weird. I hate them. They always do.
Why do you hate them?
Because they do the fake voice thing, like really high-pitched voice. I really hate high-pitched voices. Oh my god. I really hate them. It sounds unnatural.
Strong feelings about this.
I do have strong feelings about this. Because I keep getting like Vietnam flashbacks to fucking whatever her fucking name was from Citrus. And I'm gonna have flashbacks to Nijimin too. It's just, they're gonna coalesce into one character with like half cotton candy blue hair and half cotton candy pink hair. And I'm just gonna be filled with unbridled rage.
Next show we watch, we'll have a purple.
What else happened in this episode?
Okay. Another thing, which is just fucking weird. Why is the girl in a cloak? Why is like bitchy bitch in a girl in a cloak? We know who she is. Nothing's like being hidden. Why the cloak?
They couldn't decide what they wanted her outfit to be, and they were like, "Fuck it, amorphous poncho."
They're like, I don't feel like drawing the full character. I'm just gonna draw poncho.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Also, what's up with that blue-haired guy's fucking hair? Why?
No idea.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about him. Not the fact that he has the brother in like his sex dungeon. It's his hair. That's weird.
Who the fuck cares? I don't even care about the brother anymore. God.
That is somehow a more interesting plot point than the whatever the fuck is about to happen.
Also, who's the fucking girl who has like all those dead girls around her? Questions that should be answered but aren't.
Questions that won't be ever resolved.
God. They spent way too fucking long trying to make us care about characters that, like, weren't even written to be cared about. God damn it.
What else?
I don't know.
There was a bombing of a funeral home, possibly?
A shrine, I think?
I don't even know what the fuck that building was. It was a big-ass building.
I'm gonna guess some, like, religious monument.
Okay, I'm willing to believe that. It was like a church-type thing.
Yeah.
And, they bombed it, apparently.
Yeah.
Because that's a good way to end your problems.
Fucking Nana just can't show up and use her air pistols just to kill all of them. Silently and quickly. Like, come on, we've seen you do that multiple times. Why not now?
She could probably just wait for them all to be walking out, line them up, and go with, like, the fucking...
Right,
get all 7 at once.
They're already a funeral home. They wouldn't have to hold another one. Boom. Like, just do it.
Very considerate.
They're only teenage Japanese girls. You could probably all fit them in one casket.
Obviously not, because fucking Nijimin, despite being, like, the size of a prepubescent chihuahua, had her own coffin.
That's because they needed to have room for all those flowers.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ.
that were very decoratively covering up the fact that she was gut like a fish.
I shouldn't be laughing at that.
I was kind of hoping when they showed you like the box full of flowers, I wish there was like a stripe of like red roses going down where the cut was. I wanted that kind of badly. I'll admit it.
Actually,
That would have been great.
thinking back on it, that sword is kind of useless because the moment it cuts something, it'll like quasi cauterize the wound and stop it from bleeding because it hardens the blood. That sword's fucking useless.
Didn't she bleed out?
I mean, she got cut a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but like it wouldn't work.
I don't know. I don't know anything that happens. Stuff happens in this show, and I just go, sure.
Yeah, I was just kind of watching it. Like, things that were supposed to be surprising about the plot were, like, revealed. I didn't give a shit. I was like, okay. Nothing else made sense, so I guess this is okay, too.
I just liked watching blonde hair bitch slap Aya.
Oh my god.
That was satisfying.
Did you not like when blonde hair got flustered about the fact that she may or may not be a lesbian?
Did she get flustered? I don't remember that.
She had the little blushies.
Oh, did she?
Also,
she's
let's go
definitely
back to the
lesbian.
bat scene, because once again, still the best moment in animation in this fucking show was that one smile.
We've talked about this every episode since. It was so good,
Yes.
and I'm so sad that it's like it didn't continue. I'm upset that quality never went away.
Onto Maho Shoujo site.
Ore?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Right. Oh, God. There's becoming one show in my head now. Yes, Ore.
That's impressive because Ore is way more shit than Sight, in my opinion. A grand total of one thing happened in the entire episode today, and it took 20 minutes.
Right? Like,
We got through the first 10 minutes, and then they did that cut to the manager, and the exact quote out of my mouth was, "This is not real life. This cannot honestly be happening."
so, I'm not going to say... Well, I had suspicions that it was actually the manager. Like, small suspicions. But we all kind of got duped. It wasn't the fucking partner. So, at least this show managed to do that. It surprised me a little bit.
In order for me to be surprised, I would have had to be willing to feel anything other than absolute just disgust in that moment.
Yes, true. But yeah, I was like, this is kind of funny. But that was my reaction, was like, okay.
I was still just in the midst of just raw, like just being physically upset with the show for like, we're going to advance the plot, and then we go after like the midpoint, and it's like, fuck the plot. Let's go on this random side tangent. And I was like, no, stop. Just give me anything. I want to like you. And you're just fucking my mouth in.
There's some really good moments. Like, I'll keep saying this. There's some really good moments in the show which are actually legitimately funny. But it keeps, like, it's surrounded by just a bunch of garbage that's just boring and uninteresting. The fact that the fucking manager brought up the point that this wasn't, like, the main plot point doesn't make this funny. It just makes it frustrating.
It makes it annoying that they're recognizing that they're being an asshole about it. Also, the start of the episode, I think, where they do the whole like backstory to her parents. Why was that a thing?
I don't know, but I thought that was the best moment of the show.
I thought there was a moment in the beginning where the dad character was like, "If there are cyborgs, let me have them." And I was like, "Is he the cyborg guy? Is he the cyborg guy with the paper bag?"
Oh my God, right? Is he actually is it actually her dad? That would have been great.
I don't think he is. I had to go back and watch it, and the name on his chest was Fujimoto, which is not the Uno, whatever the hell. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's the same guy, but it would have been awesome if it was.
It would have been funny, but
she would have been top tier.
Once again, this show doesn't want to be funny.
But like again, like I don't know why that happened. It was great. It was probably the best moment of the episode. But like, why was that in the episode? What did it do?
Nothing. Last episode wasn't even when she got revealed as like, or when we finally saw her revealed transformation form. That was 2 episodes ago.
Yep.
Yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this episode. That's the only thing that happened.
somehow the like running with the food joke has gotten so unfunny that I was just annoyed when they did it this time.
Oh, I saw her running and I was like, oh, they're gonna do the joke again for the fourth time, I think.
And this time it wasn't even just like
It was pictures,
animated food.
which I
It
liked.
was pictures of food. I hated it. I was like, you're getting lazier with it.
No, they did it the first. That was the second joke they did. Well,
Oh, was it also? I forgot about you. Did say that? I
yeah,
forgot.
the second time they did that. So
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it because I just always love watching like the actual photos of food, but this made me tired. This made me tired of one of my favorite gags. This show isn't funny
And
anymore.
then what else?
That's all
They
that
had the
happened.
misdirect with no, they had the misdirect with the partner where he was like, where they were like, "Are you a human?" And he got that look on his face where he was like,
Oh, the moment that happened, I was like,
might
"Oh,
be."
this is complete. This is like it's not him. This is a fucking red herring." And then they cut to the manager, and then he got to like the fucking department. And I was like, "Okay, well, all right."
See, like I said last time, at this point with the show, I'm like so numb that like I'll just accept anything at face value.
Yeah,
Like they could come out tomorrow and be like, "It was all a dream," and I'd be like, "I believe it. I will absolutely believe it. You are not lying to me."
Oh, I would just be pissed off that I wasted 10 fucking episodes. Or 10.
I would be upset,
Yeah.
but I would believe that it was true. I would 100% believe if they were just like anything they threw at me, I'd be like,
Oh,
sure,
wait.
that's happening.
Calling it now. Next episode is the last episode. Episode after this one is going to be about the robots.
Okay, I'm willing to believe that. It is called Final Battle, which I thought was a bold statement to throw in episode 11.
It's just going to be about the robots and about how they didn't have a final episode.
They're gonna recycle the joke of not having an episode in the
Yes.
final episode.
Yep.
Ooh, that is a bold move.
Because this show likes to recycle garbage moments all the fucking time.
That
God
is
damn
a
it.
bold throw to recycle a joke like that.
That's all I have to
what
say
else?
about this.
No, there was also
More?
this was the thing that really pissed me off about this episode. One of the many things. Was the fucking when Pink Hair had her like yandere moment, essentially, where she was like, "We should just kill him," and she first of all brings up the knife, but it's all pixelated, and I'm like, "Why the fuck is it all pixelated? Like, who the fuck is like, we need to censor this knife, or people will get weird, just like weird ideas."
Well, it was a joke, but I think knives aren't even usually censored. Why? I don't
Knives
even
are
know
like
why.
never censored.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did it. It was so just jarring. But
I think
anyways,
that's a culture thing. There might
Maybe.
be a specific thing that they're referencing, but I don't know what it would be.
okay. I can't fight that. It looked weird as fuck. It
Yes.
might be a specific reference, but it looked weird as fuck. But like specifically, she was doing like the whole yandere thing, but like it just didn't look right with her face. Like that weird, like
Oh, the
very
elongated face.
yeah, the elongated, like very drawn style face. Like the yandere thing does not work with that face. It just felt uncomfortable in like a not in a way that is different than the normal like yandere uncomfortable feeling that I get. This was just like awkward.
Yeah, it was just bizarre and weird and not very good.
I don't appreciate a lot of the artistic decisions that they're making in this show. It doesn't add to anything, and it feels very like not overdone, but like rushed almost. Like they're not putting a lot of thought into it,
I don't
and they're
think they
just saying, what can we do in this scene to make it, more comedic? We're gonna make her face really long and, stupid looking. Perfect. Do it. Done.
are. Oh, we are so funny. We are funny Japanese men.
Hello, fellow kids. We know what comedy is in today's market.
Hashimameshita Nihonjin. I always like that fucking edit. It's so fucking stupid.
I just love Steve Buscemi.
On to Megalobox. It was fucking good.
Fucking great.
Once again, let's talk about something good for once. I thought this episode was fucking great. I loved it. The one gripe I had about it was that the Pepe versus Yuri fight was just a little bit shorter than I wanted it to be, and the fact that it ended like in one hit. But that's about it. I think. Well, hold up, Alex. I think Nick's.
No, I'm
Oh,
here.
okay.
I'm formulating how I want to phrase what I want to say.
Sure. Alex, while he's waiting for that, would you like to say anything
I
about
was
Megalobox?
I was really hyped up for Pepe when he came out with his
Dude.
intro.
That
I was
fucking-
like,
That
damn.
intro and he, like the fucking skull mat or the skull
Yeah,
behind him,
skull.
so fucking cool. That's why I
I'm
wanted
kinda-
his fight to last longer.
I'm kind of mad they didn't like turn off all the stadium lights and it was like neon, glow in the dark and shit.
That'd be
Oh,
cool.
They
that
just
would
go
have
with,
been
like the full on
amazing.
like Day of the Dead inspired intro.
Yeah, it's like, damn, you're like,
hamming it up. It was cool.
you're hamming up so hard. You're gonna get it even harder. I just know it. God,
Let's know. He's number 2. That fight
He's three,
shouldn't have
isn't he?
lasted. He's number 2.
two.
He's number 2, yeah.
That fight should not have lasted 2 rounds, and he shouldn't have gone down in 1 hit.
Yeah, and I was so mad when Yuri's intro came out and said "King of Kings." I had to take a moment. I paused it. I went to YouTube and I fucking put on Triple H's theme song, and then I pressed play because I knew, like, okay, he's not gonna have a badass intro, and it's not gonna be this, so I might as well.
It fits
do
with
it for
Yuri's
yourself.
character. Like both
On
of those
your-
intros fit with their character. Paper was
On
very,
your
like,
knees,
exuberant.
dog. Oh,
Nick, have you figured out what you wanted to say?
I'll give it a try. The fight was very strangely done because it was a very like it tried to portray them both as like very evenly matched at first in the fact that they were not trading blows, but they were both throwing punches and they were both just, defending very well.
kind of like feeling each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I could see what they were going for. Like it made it look like the fight was going to be a lot more like even throughout. Yuri definitely seemed to have the upper hand, but I was willing to like, let the fight play out in a very organic feeling. And then, they had that one moment where they trade grazes or whatever the hell it was. And Yuri just takes it up to like another gear and wins in like one fight.
1 hit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 1 hit, 1 punch. And it's getting to feel very worrying, the style that they're going for with this, like, we want to sell you on knockouts. Like, I get it that no fight will ever go to cards in this show. It just won't happen. It probably, like you said earlier, I think in one of the other book club episodes, the rounds are limitless, so it will never go to the cards. It will always end in a knockout. But they're really trying to sell you on like this, the knockout fantasy, like that one solid hit and the guy is like lights out. It just
I'm not a fan.
it
I don't
does
like
not
it.
feel good in instances like this where it's at like 1.5 rounds. I understand that it's entirely possible. Like some of the most iconic moments in boxing have been those, Mike Tyson 10 seconds into the first round, knockout punches. Like shit like that is iconic in the sport. But
It's
Mike
not just a
Tyson could
story.
also go the distance.
Yeah.
Every single one of his fights wasn't 1-round knockouts. He had, 6 or 7 round slugfests with guys that he would win by knockouts in the 6th or 7th round after they traded blows and actually kicked the crap out of each other. Like you can do like a defensive style, like they both get blows in and eventually, you land like 3 solid counters in a row and the guy's rocked and then you just bombard his defenses until it breaks and you get the punch through to, puts him out finally. Like you can do a good style where it's not just one solid punch and lights out. You can go for like the rocked into like a flurry of blows into the final like knockout punch. Like it doesn't have to be one punch at one time to do it all.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to be very concerned with how the last 2 fights are going to play out.
I'm pretty sure the last fight is going to be a slugfest. I don't think they're going to do it like a 1 punch out thing. Which kind of ruins the suspension of disbelief. Because, like, I don't think Junk Dog's supposed to be this good.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Regardless,
Well,
though.
the problem with the last fight that I'm going to have is the fact that Junk Dog is, like, physically The problem with the next fight that I'm going to have is that Junk Dog just is not physically prepared to fight.
Oh, he's a lot smaller.
Well, not even just from a size
still
thing.
busted up.
He's still fucked up. He went and took a pee today, in this episode, and was like, "Oh, I'm still peeing blood," and it's like, dude, like that means your kidneys are fucked.
Yeah.
Like 2 solid body blows, and you're going to be like done. Like liver shots are a thing for a reason. Guys get TKO'd by liver shots consistently in boxing for a reason, because you can actually fuck somebody up with body blows.
I think that's going to come into play. I think one of the main reasons is that like he's not going to take hits. He's going to have to dodge more. That's what I think is going to be the strategy. Because usually he doesn't dodge; he just takes the hit.
Yeah.
So the next piece of it is, dodge, because that's important. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a 300-pound man's punch.
I don't know. I mean, he had no more training going into this fight. So it'll be weird if he has suddenly a new strategy other than the Rocky strategy of just get the shit kicked out of you until you can win.
Well, I hope, the next couple of fights are great, but we'll see. We've got 3 episodes left. Everything else surrounding the story, though, was, I think, fantastic in my opinion.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, the first scene, where it ends on the shot of the mafia member just, like, overtaking the shot with Joe on one side and Nambu on the other. Fantastic. It was such a cool fucking shot. I loved it. The music all throughout was like really good. There was like the remixes, not the remixes. I guess remixes. Like they had the same motif of the of Joe's theme, but they were done in different instruments and at a different key, and they're a bit slower. And that was like shown throughout. Like one of the moments with Sachio, he uses Joe's theme during like his talk. I think with someone, I forgot who it was. But that was a really cool way to mirror their stories again. Given that what's her face. What is her name? Is it Yukino? Yukiko, right?
What? The CEO girl?
Yeah.
Shirato?
Yeah. But no, her first name's like Yukiko or something.
I just call her Shirato.
5 out of 5. If a girl has long straight black hair and is very pale, her name's Yuki something. Like Yuki, insert random 2 letters here. That is my hypothesis. We will see in subsequent shows. We will see how true that is.
Marking it we're not going to have to look out for that.
Yep, because fucking there was Yukino in
Yahari.
There's Yukiko in Persona. I want to say Yukina and something else. Whatever. Anyways, that's gonna be a thing from now on. But okay. Yeah, how she sees Sachio and Joe's face very similar, like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, Sachio's dad is the super smart engineer who got killed, so there's that too.
Yep.
Which I guess that's one reason why he's an affinity for tech and shit. Which, it's a good way to bundle it together.
Yeah, it works. Yeah. I thought the ending was a particularly interesting way of phrasing the whole idea of are you going to throw the fight or not is who should I bet on tonight?
Yeah.
It was like a good way. It was a very good way of phrasing the statement at the end.
It was a good callback also to what he's asked in the beginning when he's still doing the underground fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was. It was very good. It was very well done. I liked the ending a lot.
The writing is still top notch in the show. Also,
I'm very glad that he didn't respond.
Yeah.
If he had responded, I felt like it would have killed the interest in the next episode. Because next episode is definitely going to be tainted by that, like, will he, won't he kind of idea.
Yes, that's why. Like, they knew when to end it. Which, like, unlike some other piece of media that don't know when to end it, this knew, like, this is a good line to end it at. Let's stop, because this raises interest and keeps people, on their toes. Very cool. I hate The Hobbit so much. Anyways.
Never let that go.
I'm not going to let it go. It was the stupidest shit ever.
Well, he won't let it go because I won't let it go. I'll remind him every once in a while.
That too. Anyways, I like how in this episode title, they still use the word die, but with a different, a
Is
different
this
word.
the Aliacta Est one?
Yep, the die has been cast.
Okay.
God, that was fucking great. I loved it.
Oh yeah. What text when you're talking to Nick? You mentioned something about a rosary.
Oh yes. The Spanish comes back with Pepe. He like talks in Spanish. It it sounded like real Spanish, but like some of the phrasing was a little off. It's just phrasing I'd never heard before.
So was it like
It's like I guess it might have been an idiom that I've just never heard before.
or like
'Cause, you
Google
know-
Translate Spanish?
Huh?
Do you think it's like Google Translate Spanish, where it's like it's the right concept but the wrong
Yeah,
like
either
like participle,
yeah,
whatever
like either
it
just
is?
an idiom I've just never heard before because fucking all there's a bunch of countries that speak Spanish, or
Uh-huh.
like someone read like a Google Translate in English and like you would understand that it was actually English, but some of the things just feel a little off. That's how it kind of felt like.
All right.
But it'd be weird because whoever was speaking was at least fluent and it knew how to like how to enunciate the words and like where to put the inflections on. So I don't know. I don't see why they wouldn't have said, hey, this doesn't really make sense. I should say it this way.
I mean,
But I don't know.
I can understand that, and on the same hand, like we also all heard that English line. We're
Yeah,
just like,
just
so we
like,
should put a collar
wow.
on him and drag him to the arena. And it's just like, why was there an 8-second pause there?
That too, right? It's very weird. Like that sounded like perfect English. Like I understood it.
So I'm pretty sure he was like a white guy.
Either the guy speaking Spanish or
No, the guy speaking English.
yes,
Because in the credits,
Yeah.
he's listed as Matt.
hmm
Like it's written in Japanese, but like it's in kanji, so you can translate it to like you can do romanji and get like
Matu.
how it would look in English. And it's just like it's listed as like Matt P or something like that. Like he has a very white guy name.
What I think happened was there's a Japanese voice actor and an English voice actor, which I mean I think that's a good way of doing it because he spoke in Japanese earlier, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Probably.
So yeah, just do that.
I think
Why
in
not?
his introduction he did.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's like it just sounds correct, but it sounds a little off.
Yeah.
That's still cool. Like when he's talking to Yuri in the fight, that was all perfect English. Although it was translated a bit weird. I think it was translated as "I'm gonna kill you," which doesn't make sense. It's like "I'm gonna kill you, comma champion." They forgot that part. I'm gonna kill you, champ.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he calls him champ, but I don't think that was translated. But yeah, it was really cool. Very great that they got people who spoke the language at the very
Yeah.
least.
I liked it because they use like a very unorthodox fighting style in like the very loose like like dance inspired almost. It
That
was
cool.
interesting.
Like the fucking he was super flexible and like moving everywhere. And that's why I
Yeah.
wanted the fight to go on longer because it was just cool.
The mini Matrix dodge.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, like that fucking dude, his like back looked like fucking jelly.
Yeah.
It was very
Very
style where he would dodge with his whole body like that.
Yeah.
yeah. Also, once again,
So it
just
was
back to
really-
his intro. Pepe's intro was so fucking cool.
It was.
I was
really
so
good.
hyped.
What was he wearing when he came out?
He was wearing a mask, a little skull mask.
Yeah.
He was okay. I thought so.
Yeah.
It wasn't just his shoulders.
Yeah, I remember the giant puppet that they had.
God.
Yeah.
That thing was awesome.
I really hope. I don't think Joe's gonna get a cool intro like this one, but man, I wish they did because that would have been fantastic. Let's see. What were some other standout moments?
Not a standout moment, but more of a glad they didn't, but surprised it still didn't happen. When Joe ran away on his bike, surprised he didn't crash it again.
Oh right, I think this is the first episode where he's used the bike and hasn't trashed it.
It's like he just had an angry conversation. He's on the bike. It's starting to rain. This motherfucker's gonna crash.
Was it raining?
It rained on a little bit. Yeah,
A little bit. It rained at night.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Also, he was still fucked up, so that could have been a thing too. Yeah. Anything else?
This show's great. I want people to watch it. It's so far my favorite show this season, and then next one, the next second favorite show being Hina Matsuri.
Okay.
It's been very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the shows that I look forward to the most every week.
Oh my god, I actively don't look forward to watching Sight and Ori now. I just want it to end. Just fucking end my life.
I've actually stopped watching Ori. Really? I still watch Sight just because it's a fun show to just bitch about.
I don't even think it's fun anymore. I'm just done with it.
I just want to see how dumb it's going to be.
Yeah.
All I can hope is that it doesn't end. I just want it to stop. That would be the most satisfying ending. Is not having an ending for this shitty show. It just stops.
Just have
It tries to play the give us a second season card, and it will never get one.
I hope not.
Nick, did you watch Infinity Wars?
I have not.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Infinity War. It's not
Infinity War, whatever.
You idiot. Why were you bringing that up?
Oh, I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Clark. Wait, who said that in this episode?
Huh? No, just that's the ending. Yeah.
That's
Oh. You just become little snowflakes?
Yeah.
What a way to end the show. Oh, one of them gathers all the magical sticks and then becomes Thanos. That's the ending.
I'd be okay with that.
All right.
Thanos ending.
Before we start doing the next readouts of the next season anime, I'm gonna go BRB real quick.
Oh, I don't think you heard the memo.
Then what?
We're not doing it today.
Okay.
Okay, go and once you come back, we'll go on a massive tangent about something that doesn't matter. That's been the structure. I'm gonna maintain it.
Yeah. It's a good way to fill up time.
Wait, did he leave already?
No, Jeff showed up.
Jesus Christ, Jeffrey.
Jeff showed up an hour late.
Jeffrey,
Hello. What?
introduce yourself.
It's me, Jeffrey. Didn't you say we're getting on at 9?
It's your boy. Nobody said that ever.
What? I even
I'll be on later tonight, probably after 9 again. That was yesterday.
That was about something very different. That was so that we could play Dauntless yesterday.
I saw that today and I was like, alright, sick. I'll be on at 9.
I sent you a message at 7:50.
I was doing meal prep. I made a bunch of stuff for the full week, and so I wasn't even on my phone at all.
Oh, that's a very.
I guess I know what happened because you opened it up and that was the newest message you saw.
Yes.
So you didn't. Yeah, you had to. Scroll
I didn't realize that it was
yesterday at 7:19 p.m.
Okay,
yeah.
Jeffrey, I will quickly give you a rundown of what we felt about each episode about these shows. Sight's trash, Ori's trash, Megalobox is still good.
Yes.
Boom. Discussion over.
I mean, yeah, I don't really have anything other than that to add. Megalobox is fucking awesome.
Yeah, like I said, stand-up moment. Again, the music in Megalobox, this episode in particular, was very cool.
I really liked, what was his name? Pepe? I
Right.
loved his theme. It was so good.
Dude, yeah, I love Pepe too. Alex also liked Pepe, but he's in the bathroom right now. He'll be coming back later.
Okay.
But I think both Nick and I agree that we were both disappointed with the fight because it just felt...
Because it was one punch.
Yeah, once again, it was just one punch.
Yes.
I wanted to go on for longer. They were both supposed to be very good fighters, and one of them just wins. Even though it's number 1 versus number 2, he just wins. Which kind of sucked, but oh well.
I was also disappointed in the fight. I really liked Pepe's design. I liked everything about him, and then he just... he has some cool things. He even gets the first punch, which I thought was pretty cool.
Right.
But then he just instantly goes down. And so, a little disappointing, but I still think the fight was cool.
Yes. The very few moments that we had, the fight was cool. So, what were you doing in bumfuck middle of nowhere?
My sister is doing a summer camp, and it's in Indiana, but it's it's in the middle of a cornfield. So I had to drive up. I left the house at 5 a.m. to drive to the train station, which was an hour away from where she was staying. So I was I stayed in the middle of bumfuck nowhere for that night.
The middle of a fucking cornfield. Jesus.
Pretty much. It was a summer camp, but yeah, I've never been in an area where like my phone does not have internet that wasn't underground.
Huh.
Like I had no connection to the outside world. Like I just couldn't have anything, and so that had never happened unless I was in like a cave or something.
It's entirely possible there were children in the cornfields and they were ready to kill you.
That is also possible. I did hit several children on the way up.
If you build it, they will come.
All right. I just remembered I had a thing to talk about. Near here in Northern Virginia, there is the Mosaic District, which is like the poster child of gentrification. Like, if anyone were to show you what gentrification looked like, it would be Mosaic District. Right now,
yeah, solid.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that this place is like Normieville, like like the most pristine normie things you've ever seen, this theater like shows anime on the regular, like a bunch. I'm pretty sure that was like one of the few movie theaters in America that showed the Madoka movies. Like they streamed, I think 2 years ago or a year ago, that fucking really shitty Attack on Titan movie. They screened it. People went to watch it for some fucking reason. One of my friends watched it. That's how I learned about it. This is weird.
I mean, people will go because it's the only one that's screening it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm also pretty sure they screened Your Name, which was I think a good movie. I didn't watch it, so I wouldn't fucking know. And right now they're doing a Ghibli screening, but that's not really like super like out there. A lot of people like Ghibli movies, so they're doing that right now. But yeah, it's very fun. I think me and Alex are gonna go watch The Thing next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Thing? The John Carpenter's The Thing?
Yeah, they do like these type of festival type things. Right now they're having a sci-fi fest where they're showing older movies. They're screening older movies. They're showing The Thing this next week. They're showing The Fly next month.
Oh God.
Month after, I think they might be showing Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan, which we're also going to go see, Alex. Khan!
I've watched that movie too many times to have like enjoyed in a theater at this point.
I haven't watched it at all.
You said
I don't think I've
Princess
watched
Mononoke too, right?
We might be able to. Depends on when we do D&D, but that's for a later time. That's for a later discussion. But yeah, it's very fun. I really enjoy that theater. If you guys live in the area, go with Angelica. It's very fun. Don't let the fact there's a bunch of white people there distract you from the fact that it's Weeb Central.
I feel like the audience should know that the podcast is only 50% white.
Alex,
50% ethnic.
50% ethnic. What is that? What is the definition of ethnic? Is it just not white?
Not white.
Not white.
I don't know about the definition of ethnic, but the common
Of
parlance
non-European?
understanding of
the connotation. The connotation.
Yeah. The way people look at the word is not white.
Yes.
If you come from if you are historically from a European country, you are not ethnic.
Yeah, you can say like, "Oh, I'm going to get ethnic food," and that could mean literally everything that isn't American.
If you
That's
say
it.
I'm getting ethnic food, the only thing I know that you're not getting is Italian. And Greek food. You're also not getting Greek food, I guess.
You know you're getting brown rice instead of white rice. That's what ethnic food actually means.
I don't know about that. I walked into the Chipotle at UVA at one point, and the guy looked at me and was like, "White rice?" And I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Black beans?" I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "Chicken?" I'm like, "Dude, you must know us." He's like, "You're college students. You're all the same." And I was like,
What?
That's harsh but true.
That's the
Guacamole?
Shit, no,
Extra sour cream?
like, oh god, Nick already has enough sour cream on his skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get white rice, black beans, and chicken too. That's
Paper plate in a plastic cup in a snowstorm.
right. Jesus.
I'm white as fuck, dude. I'm white as dicks. Which is weird, because you guys have seen my dad, right? Like, if you looked at him, you would not immediately say white guy.
What? No, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would say
Like,
so.
he does say immediately white guy to you?
Yeah, he's like,
Yes.
white dude.
The skin color helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like when I saw him like
What
that
do
guy's white.
What do you think of your dad when you look at him?
I don't know. He's darker than I am, or my mom,
It's
by
not
like a
fucking
significant
hard.
amount. That's true. We do have that nice Irish dark, or a nice Irish paleness, I should say. I'm going the wrong direction with it.
Yeah, I don't know why I think your dad wasn't white. I don't know. He just looked white.
It's not that my dad is not white. I know that my dad's white as fuck. It's just that he's darker than I am, and it's weird to
Well,
me.
yes. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess there are some like darker white people.
He's not the classical white, pasty white guy.
I haven't seen your dad in a while, so there's an image in my head, but I can't see everything. So you might
Every
be
time
right,
I
don't know.
every time I see your dad, he's a lot like redder than
Redder?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if
whenever
I would
see your
describe my
keep
dad as
thinking he's
red.
getting taller. Like, I just think your dad keeps getting taller. I don't know why.
Interesting.
This is weird. Let's find another tangent to go on.
Every time I see my dad, I just think he's getting more violent.
Can I ask why you think that?
He slapped
Because
the shit out of me.
every time I go away, I forget how violent he is. I come back and he kicks the crap out of me again, and I'm like, fuck.
No, Daddy, please, no! I'm an adult!
You can't do this to me anymore.
It
I'm an
more
adult.
starts like that, where it's like, you can't do this. I'm an adult, and you're like 53, and he's like, yeah, I'll still kick the crap out of you. And I'm like, prove it. He just picks my hand up and slams my funny bone on the ground, and I'm just like, oh, you're right. It hurts so much.
It's like, yeah, I've gotten older. My dad too. I can take him now.
Yeah, it's like that, where I'm like, I'm in the prime of my youth. I can take my old man, and I come back home, and he just like slaps me around for a while, and I'm just like, I forgot that he is.
It's gonna be
a
the
monster.
replay of Pepe versus Yuri.
It's the replay of Yuri versus like a small child. This is
Uh-oh.
my dad versus me.
Yay,
I just
childish.
windmill my arms like I'm Bart Simpson, and my dad's just like, "Wata! Get the fuck away from me!"
That must be fun.
While you're putting some ice on that, go get me a beer.
Implying that my dad drinks.
Maybe.
Not really. Which was great. So weird story. My dad doesn't really drink very often. If he drinks at all, he drinks vodka mixed with. He drinks like one shot of vodka mixed with like grapefruit juice.
Mhm.
And he only drinks it at night, and he drinks one glass and then immediately falls asleep because he has lost any amount of tolerance that he built up in college. So,
That's
like, my dad
wild.
is like a super lightweight. It's been a long time for him. It doesn't help that he was like, very military, like career focused for a while.
Mhm.
So now he just doesn't, he didn't go like partying when he was in the military very often. So he doesn't really have like the tolerance that he used to have. And he's also really old, so that doesn't help either. So now he drinks, one shot and then falls asleep on the couch. But so when I was moving into my dorm in first year, we had like a mini fridge in the garage that my dad just had out there, but didn't really like. He only would keep like Powerade and shit for like when he went out to work out, and so he would just like have Powerades in there that he could drink. And so when I moved to college, we took that mini fridge, and they were like, "Fuck it, you can have this mini fridge because we'll just get a new one for the garage." Because the one in the garage was old as fuck and kind of breaking, and they were like, "You can have it. You can have this broken ass mini fridge." And so they, we brought the mini fridge and we hooked it up, and I got there first, and we hooked all my stuff up, and it was all like set up. And then as we were leaving to go get food, and my parents were going to leave, as we were leaving, my roommate and his family came in, and like as they were coming in was like as we were hooking up the mini fridge, and my roommate's dad and my dad started chatting about it, and he was like, "Oh, it's really cool that you brought a mini fridge. We didn't think to bring one." And my dad's exact quote was like, "Oh yeah, it's just been keeping beer cold in my garage for the past 5 years, so I thought I'd just give it to my kid." And in my head, I'm like, "Bullshit! You've not had beer in this thing one day in your entire fucking life." But I was like, my dad just had to look cool in front of the other guy's dad, who's like, "I drink beer. I'm a man."
Hot
It's like, who the
American.
fuck you trying to prove shit to right now, Dad?
Was he holding up a razor when he's saying, "I am a man"?
My dad was, I don't know. He was probably trying to like flex and show off his muscles. They're like, I'm a man. Ugh, stick my chest out. I'm just like, Dad, stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Sounds like he's embarrassing you.
I did not in any way like associate with that conversation. I'm just gonna let my dad say this bullshit. I'm not gonna contradict him, but we both know that he's lying.
You didn't do like a.
No, I was not gonna throw my dad under the bus. But I definitely gave him some judging looks when we left.
More judging that little girl gave you last week.
Like,
No, way less
like-
judging that little girl gave me. She owned my ass.
you serious right now?
That little girl looked into my soul and was like, "You basic," and I was like, "You right." Oh, Jeff was not there for. Yeah, I got judged by a little girl last week. It was bad. She was like 3 years old. She was wearing full. She was rocking some full-on princess costume in the middle of a grocery store, and she looked at me and judged my ass. And ooh, it was rough. It was not good for Nick last week. Let's put it that way.
It's probably like you want to wear one, but you don't have the balls to do it. I'm just doing it, you know. That's probably why she was judging you.
She actually
could tell,
she was judging me because I was sick as fuck and looked like an asshole and had just Powerade and candy bars in my hand cart, and she looked at me and was like, "You basic," and I was like, "Bitch, motherfucker."
And Nick proceeded to mean mug,
Mean mug her,
3-year-old. Yeah.
Mean mug the 3-year-old, yeah. Until she looked away.
You probably made her cry, dude.
I speed ran that checkout. I just paid, left. I did not look back. I couldn't assume responsibility for that child. In that moment, I had to get the fuck out.
In that moment, I am become death.
I was already death. I was 8 inches from
You
death.
sounded like death.
It was not a great sickness. You know how bad it was? It was so bad, I decided to get over the fact that I don't usually go out for medication, and I bought myself Dayquil and NyQuil. That was how bad it was. I needed both to get through that shit.
Was it even worse? So I know last time I talked with you, you were pretty bad, even though
It
that
got
was like
worse.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
It got worse.
Shit.
It got real bad for a while.
Goddamn.
But I still went to work.
Good for you.
I have, I don't know, no chill, basically.
Well then, who would you guys like to sell out to today?
Father Time, I've been here 15 minutes. I haven't had time to think about who to sell out to.
There you go.
Jeffrey cruised in like an hour late to book club, and
It's like, hey, yeah, I know.
No,
I
he's
watched
like,
some shit. I'm done now.
Hey, I read that message from yesterday that to be on here at 9 o'clock today.
Oh, Jeffrey, you are my spirit animal, I think.
He's selling
That's
out,
depressing.
He's selling out to the god Kronos. Father Time.
Has anybody else been watching My Hero Academia recently?
Yes.
I've missed a few episodes, but I've seen
you
it.
both
So-
watched
Catch
the latest episode?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you can talk about it. Someone on Reddit posted how All Might fights one for all or whatever.
It was
one for
like an intro to a fight.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it wasn't the full thing.
You guys can talk about it. I don't give a fuck. if
All
it's
for One
spoiled.
was kind of just like, I just want to stall.
I'm pretty sure it was like a fake All for One. Right, Nick? Am I right? Am I hot or cold?
You'll find out next week.
Okay, that's fine. Anyways, there was a great fucking moment where Bakugo like does an explosion, and it looked fucking fantastic.
Okay, him flying through the air though,
That
he
looked
looked like
wonky.
a fucking goon.
That was the wonkiest shit
That
ever.
was amazing.
He just blew himself up, and he just was like bored, rigid, like hands to his side, flying through the air, like face first, like flying through the air. And I'm just like, what am I watching?
Yeah, that fucking cool ass moment was followed by just like a dude, just flying in the air. I don't even know what to call that.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Goodbye, my
It was
cool
very
baby.
much like that. It was very much one of those like nope thrusters engaged. He just like hoverboards away into the distance.
Let me think about it, Jeff. Oh
Yeah.
god.
The as soon as I saw All for One, all I could think about was, "Hey, Jinzo, what's up?" Because that
The
neck,
mask. Yeah.
yeah, it's
That mask was weird.
like I can't stop thinking about Jinzo now. It's like, God damn it.
Kunai with chain.
Kunai with chain.
Especially
Thank you, Joey Wheeler.
like in
Getting
like
way too excited
the
about that shit ass trap card.
in the like earlier episodes, you can see like the like under his eyes, it's very like vein pulsing, like with no moves.
Okay.
So that did not help.
So specifically, I brought up the most recent episode to bring up the newest like moral dilemma to face the gang, and I want to pose it to you as your opinions on the moral dilemma they face in should they use their powers, or is breaking the rules by using their powers to fight, does that make them villains automatically?
No,
No, I don't know why they're like talking about that.
because that's the rules.
Is that
Without
a thing they're
rules.
doing now? That seems stupid.
Yeah. So they aren't allowed to use their powers because they don't have their licenses, their
Yeah,
hero
yeah.
licenses.
Yeah,
can't
they
use
established
their
that a
powers-
couple times.
They can't use their powers to hurt anybody.
I think the better dilemma is we're not like good enough to actually fight them, so we might just be getting in the way of everyone else.
That,
That I'd like agree with. That
Yeah, that'd be more interesting.
except
That
that
argument
was
I
more of
agree with.
like that was more of like a secondary thought, though.
I'm just saying, like that's what I would rather want as an alternative is like
'Cause-
them wondering if they're good enough.
And it was
to help.
definitely that idea was more directed towards All for One for how dominant he
Yeah.
showed up. The rest of the Villains League hasn't established themselves as like these guys are badasses yet
Yeah.
to kind of have that same like cred of we can't fuck with these guys.
They always like have a flashback to like the dog cop dude.
Yeah. Dog Cop.
Yeah.
Dog Cop.
Dog cop.
Yeah, I think
But
that's
yeah.
weird, but well, whatever.
I'm really glad though that All for One doesn't have this stupid thing where like I can use a bunch of quirks, but I can only use one at a time. It's like, thank Christ.
No, you can use
Yeah.
it. No, you can use it at one time. Like if he's
No,
absorbed-
well, he's saying like Alex is saying he's glad that it's not. He has to use them like one at a time. Like he can only use one quirk. He can't combine them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where like we
He's
saw
not
him.
Todoroki.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
You know, watching him combine like 4 or 5 quirks, where he was like,
yeah,
I
that's so
combined
cool.
Spring Arm and the Air Cannon and two like whatever quirks, and
Damage
3
multiplier.
strength quirks. That was like. It was cool to watch him talk about like how he's combining quirks to make interesting effects.
Yeah.
That guy's just like he's not even playing the heroes versus villains. He's just playing an RPG.
It's like hacks.
Yeah. He's got the Game Shark in.
Right.
He's hacking.
Yeah.
Fucking unlimited rare candies.
He
That's how you got
enabled
strong.
God mode.
That Bakugo flight, so
Yeah.
dumb.
Looks like a fucking goon.
Actually, that kind of reminded me of an old conversation we had with, like, when we were talking about Sight, and we found out about the magic stick that, like, extends your power, and, like, extends your power, like, in a ridiculous range. Is like, wow, whoever had that power is, like, got a, like, raw deal.
hmm
I was like, when All for One was using like his extendo limbs and like forcibly activating someone's quirk. Imagine if like those two things were different, like he combined them, and it's like, who had that quirk? Like you could just forcibly activate something. It's like that's kind of
A shit ass quirk.
a little bit like I can see you using it, but that's like really niche. But like
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, I get the feeling like a lot of the quirks he collects are like kind of niche. I liked that when he was talking to Best Genist, and he was like, he acknowledged the fact that his power was interesting, but he basically said like, it's only as good as it is because you've spent so long perfecting it. So to me, it's basically useless. I thought that was interesting, like an interesting way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Of like some quirks aren't necessarily like automatically strong, so much as it's how well you can think and train yourself to use your quirk in unique ways. So I thought that was a good way of explaining stuff like that.
So wait, so fucking job. Actually, never mind. I guess we'll talk about this next week. But I do like the very, very similar mirroring of stories between I don't even remember his name, Tomura, and Small Might, where they basically they're basically essentially the same.
Yeah, they were very similar. Yeah,
it's the same path where they're both being helped out by X
one of the
X.
all for one or one for all.
Yeah, which I keep flipping them because I keep hearing the same thing when I hear one for all or all for one.
All for one is taking everybody's power and giving it to one person.
And then one for
all has a single power that is being given to multiple people.
It can be given to one person at like a generation, kind of.
Yeah, but it has now been given to multiple people.
Yes. I think 7? He's the 7th?
I think so. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's right.
About.
But yeah, it should be interesting. Next episode will be very good, I think.
All right, well, I'll look forward to it.
Very enjoyable.
Let's see. I will sell out to Alex. Go. You do something, because I don't know what I want to sell out to.
Before we complete the selling out, I should, we talked very roughly about at some point doing what we do every season and reading out the.
We'll do that 2 weeks from now. Boom.
We've talked about reading out the Annie chart for the next season of anime, but I looked at it recently, and every time we do that, it takes like an extra hour to go through them all.
Yes.
And a lot of it is very uninteresting. So for this next season, we're going to read through them on our own, and we're just going to discuss the things that look interesting to us and talk about what we might be interested in watching.
And then
I'm down for that.
Probably just say that looks like garbage, that looks like garbage, that looks like garbage.
Yeah.
Just like quick. So we don't have to read synopsis because if we
we're not going to read the synopsis. We're just going to give our opinions and stuff.
I agree. I think that's good.
Yeah. I'm going to sell it.
Following that, I do want to try actually staying true to the whole. Hey, if this thing doesn't look good and we're still watching it, to just drop it.
I like doing that for the first 3 episodes because if we're going to drop a show, then what are we going to fill out the space with?
The Butt Detective.
Something
that
you even watched it?
Has it come out yet?
I'm pretty sure it's come out.
Nailed it. Brennan asked me earlier how much money I would bet, and I said literally any quantity of money that you hadn't watched it.
So
yeah.
Back to you, Alex. You were saying?
Yeah, right. Sure. It's super late, but rest in peace. Telebiscuit died on May 24th.
May 24th.
That's
What?
Yeah.
Is it really that long ago?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Date of death was May 24th.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, not a while. You know what I mean.
I guess it was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anthony Bourdain died too, so I guess I'm kind of confusing those two.
A lot of people died.
Yeah.
Kate Spade died.
I didn't really know him, so I didn't really care.
I didn't really know Anthony Bourdain either.
I didn't know either of them, but I mean I've heard of them.
Oh, I watched a bunch of Anthony Bourdain stuff, No Reservations and Parts Unknown. So I was sad to hear it because I loved all of this shit. They're always very fun to watch. Go watch Parts Unknown and No Reservations. Very fun travel shows. He does a great job at showing you everything that's good about a country, and that's nice and cool and fun.
You will be missed, you cynical Brit.
I guess it's not to that. Jeffrey, Nick, other white guy. You're last.
Other white guy. First white guy.
Other honky, go.
Why am I the other one? Why does Jeff get top billing on white guys?
I gotta go with Nick on this. I should not be top billing on white guys here.
I mean, both of you are the white people. So.
You are more white than Nick.
No, they're both pretty fucking white.
Ouch.
I'm extremely white. I won't deny that.
Whiter than sour cream, both of you.
Ow. I'd like to imagine I'm at least somewhat not as white as sour cream. I don't burn in the sun immediately. There are definitely whiter people than me in terms of sunburns.
Okay, well, if that's the metric, I'm the darkest person in my family. Like, everyone's whiter than me, but we all know that doesn't mean that I'm less white than them.
I agree with Jeffrey. This is a teller metric.
The sunburn metric.
Yeah,
it's the only metric that I have.
I
Actually,
don't sunburn.
Even if like you're not light skinned, you should really put on sunscreen because like just because you're not getting sunburn doesn't mean you're not developing melanoma.
Yeah, I'm
Always
gonna get
put on
cancer
sunscreen.
anyways.
Sell it to sunscreen.
Everyone gets cancer. Just
I've accepted that I'm going to develop cancer thanks to my job. Everything I do is leading me to death.
So, what do you do for a living? I eat cancer. That's why I have it.
I mean, that's what I did for the Navy. The Navy was like, we want you to investigate what this foam does. We have no idea what the health effects are.
Here
But
you go. Go play with it.
have fun. And I was like, cool, so there's entirely possible I'll develop cancer? They're like, yeah, maybe. Find out. I'm like, thanks, guys. You're the best.
We'll talk to you in 20 years.
That was my job for the Navy for a while. I played with foam that they had no idea what the fuck it did, and they still don't know what the fuck it does.
Nice.
So I'm gonna get cancer. I'm probably going to get cancer. I'm like almost guaranteed to get cancer.
You might be due compensation for mesothelioma.
I might get super cancer. And my
Your
loved
cancer
ones
will develop
get
cancer, and it'll destroy the cancer.
Boom. Cure to cancer. Solved.
Easy.
Cure to cancer. Give
More
them
cancer.
Fight fire with fire. Give them other cancer. The competition for resources will kill both tumors.
And also the host. But it kills the tumor too, so that's what really matters.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, says the doctor.
Says the doctor as the patient laying on the bed shakes his head back and forth no in the distance. I am going to sell out to the fuck the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to sell it to the Capitals for winning a Stanley Cup championship this season.
The first one ever.
Yeah, winning their first ever and giving DC Sports its first championship since like 1991 or 2.
Yeah.
You guys are easily you guys are the least shit run franchise in DC. I'm glad it was you and not the Redskins, who are garbage, and I hope Dan Snyder has to sell the team at some point. So
there's so many fun things you can do with the name Schneider.
Shout out to the Washington Capitals for winning the Stanley Cup.
Me and my coworkers were joking about how the Capital One Arena doesn't actually have a display, so now they don't know what to do with the cup. I'm just gonna like put it out in the fucking parking lot.
I think one of my favorite jokes for a while was there was a subreddit called the Eagles Trophy Case for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was always empty, and you were like nobody could post in it. And then when they won the Super Bowl last season, there is now one post that just says "fuck" in all caps. It's my favorite joke.
It should have been the trophy. Well, whatever.
I mean, it is a picture of the trophy, but the title is "fuck."
Okay.
So it's a picture of one Lombardi trophy with the title "fuck," because it's obviously run by somebody who's like a huge Eagles like anti-supporter, an enemy of the Eagles, probably a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Actually, might be an actual fan.
It might be an actual fan, but I'm willing to believe. I want to believe it's a Dallas Cowboys fan. But I just love that the Eagles trophy case now has one thing in it, and it is titled "fuck" in all caps.
Okay. Well, fun of something about sports. So, that was
Fun
this episode.
with sports and kids. Does Jeff have to? Oh no, he sold out his Father Time.
Yeah.
I did, yeah. Or Kronos or Akatosh. I don't judge what you believe. The time god.
The god of time. Wait. What was it doing? God
The
damn it.
Ghosts of Time from Danny Phantom,
Jeffrey,
the
shut
movie.
the fuck up!
It's whatever. Doesn't matter.
Capital G, single O-D.
Sure.
G-O-D. God.
Oh man, for some reason I just remembered that I wanted to talk about Caligula. Or not Caligula, fucking Catullus. But I forgot what the segue was going to be. Okay, I'll just talk about it next week.
Okay. Think of an appropriate segue to Catullus, and we'll let you talk about it.
I had like a thing this morning. What was it?
I want to see how you're going to work
Did
this
you write
next
it down?
Whatever. No. I'll figure it out some other time. Whatever. This has been this episode where we jerk off. Oh wait, I think that was a segue. Anyways. Jerk off Michelob. Fuck Ori and fuck Slight, man. Those shows have been disappointments since episode 5.
Preach.
Yeah.
Yep. Peace out. This has been Brandon. We
did intros, so I'm not doing a second one.
Alright, fine, whatever,
Have
Nick.
a good one.
Have a good one.
Yeah, just throw my name out there so that people know. After I protest doing outros, you're like, fuck you, Nicholas Ursini!
Bye.
I hate you all.
I hate all
Bye.
I hate you too. Jeffrey, would you like to say some last words, given that this is you came in last?
Yeah, sure.